at the first video, and then and we have our discussion as usual.
Luigi Nicholas Mangione.
Luigi Mangione is from a wealthy Maryland family. He was valedictorian at his graduation from a $40,000 a year private school with a carnation in his buttonhole.
It's been an incredible journey, and I simply can't imagine the last few years with any other group of guys. Thank you.
This guy is currently making history on social media right now, and I've never seen anything like this in my life. Keep in mind, it's only been a couple days, and Luigi Mangione already has a crypto coin that reached up to $76 million in market cap. People are literally hanging him up on their Christmas tree, and now everyone is scrambling to find the jacket he was wearing in this video. Now, one source says he was wearing a Levi's Sherpa line jacket, which is around $225, and it's now surging in sales, with 6,000 people viewing it at the same time online, with hundreds of them being sold. And when you go to New York, people are holding a look-alike contest. I guess you just dress up like him, and whoever looks like him the most wins. There's a bunch of footage online, and the memes are the worst part. I mean, you can't go on social media without finding a Luigi meme or a Sopranos meme. I mean, what a wild time.
Wow. Wow. And I don't know if you guys realize that. They don't even mention the family of the CEO guy. So that means like they just dismiss this guy completely, you know?
Well, I think this guy is being viewed as a modern Robin Hood, you know, so, you know, a criminal that is well liked and appreciated and for the good of the people. And that's probably why you see a lot of focus on him. And from what I heard also, there is people that are raising money for his defense so they can help him get out.
But isn't like this guy came from a wealthy family. The guy went to a private school, $40,000 a year.
Well, wealthy family or not, there's people that want to show their love and they want to show their support. That's probably how they can express themselves. They may not go to New York and fly and do the act, but they're probably going to say, hey, listen, we support you. Let me show you my support. Let me give you some love.
That's crazy. I mean, like, okay, now, do you think there's a lesson to learn here? I mean, like...
Well, I mean, we live in a capitalist system, right? It's all about greed and greed and greed, making more money. Companies want to be profitable, you know, and this has been tolerated for a very long time. But in the process, there's people that are getting hurt. And it's usually the people that don't have the means to do certain things that are getting hurt the most. But this guy supposedly is from a wealthy family. I don't know what the full story is. I don't know if he has a family member that was hurt or a family member that passed away because they weren't getting.
But guess what though? I mean, then that would not be his case. At the end of the day, he doesn't depend. He's wealthy. His parents wealthy, so they don't depend on the. Well,
yeah, but wealthy can mean anything.
His mom.
I mean, if you can be wealthy and live in a very nice neighborhood and go to a very good school, but if you have to pay,
so apparently his mom was sick.
Say that again?
Well, apparently, what is it? His mother was sick, and then they denied her treatment. But if it comes, I guess that's what happened.
Do you know that for sure?
That's what I'm getting from the producers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So apparently it's just like his mother was sick and then got denied coverage. And so practically it's like it's close to heart. Whatever that happened to him, hit close to home.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is that you could be wealthy.
He had back pain, something like that. Back pain. So I guess that's
yeah, and this is what I suspected all along. So, I mean, he probably decided that he was going to take matters into his own hand and, you know, get vengeance for his mother. So that's exactly what happened. But listen, if you're wealthy and you're paying, the thing is that you could be the richest man on planet Earth, but if you pay the insurance company to provide you a service and they don't provide you this service, they're cheating you out of something.
Yeah.
Right. And they're in the business of doing that. And wealthy could mean many things. You could be wealthy at $1 billion and you could be wealthy with, $500,000 in your account. Right, you could be a very comfortable person, but if you have to have a treatment that costs you $1 million, then that could actually impoverish the entire family. So you might be able to withstand. Go ahead.
Actually, this is the reason why you have insurance in the first place.
Exactly. You want to protect your wealth, and you insure yourself so you can protect your wealth, and you can pass on your wealth to your children. Right. Or it could have been a case where the funds were exhausted. Now he lost his mom and he lost everything. The family has lost everything. So I am not sure. I'm just speculating
but
here.
Right? My funny, the funny thing about it is, and I believe it's only the law that's condemning him. But beside that, if there's a popular contest, this guy going to win.
So basically, this guy is going to become.
What you think? What you think is going to come out of it?
Well, I think as this thing is going to be a very 2025. Get ready. This is going to be one of the number one and major topic in 2025. It's not only there's going to be the case. Right. They're going to have to present that. It's going to be highly televised. It's going to be highly covered. YouTube, all the YouTube producers are going to.
You think he's going to testify on his behalf?
He might want to do it. So if I was him, I would take the advice of his lawyer, because there's going to be 12 jurors that's going to have to make a decision. Right.
I believe they're black. If those jurors are black, he has a better chance. Black people are more sympathized to these type of things, right?
Obviously, black people are more sensitive to these things, because of, economical, social standing. Yeah. But like I said, this guy is going to be seen by many as a hero. But in the eye of our justice system, he's going to be a villain. In the eye of the capitalism system, he's going to be a villain.
You know what? Well, you know what? I guess that's the world that we are living in right now. And the thing about it is, you would think this is somebody that comes from a less fortunate family. But this kid come from a wealthy family. And I don't think his parents would ever even imagine in a long year something like that would happen.
No, absolutely not. He's probably was prepared for greatness, well educated.
Yeah.
And had a bright future ahead of him. But life sometimes takes a turn, and this is where it took him. It's sad to see. Nothing that I would wish upon my kids and myself.
And he's young. He's a young kid, man. So.
Well, how old is he? I don't know if they said. I don't know how old he is.
This kid probably in his 30s, man. I think he's in his 30s. So actually 26. It's 20s.
Oh, okay.
20s.
Yeah.
26, dude. So that means that kid just finished school.
Yeah. Exactly. It's an uphill battle.
He will definitely spend the rest of his life in prison, maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't say the rest of his life. I want to say, to be honest with you, I don't think he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison.
You think so?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison.
That's true. He's white anyway. So I got to give you that. He's white. But now let's play that video. Let's go on that video and see what happened with the company back then.
You mentioned United Health Group. This is their CEO, Andrew Whitty. This is an internal video that was leaked to journalist Ken Klipperstein. Take a listen.
I'm going to make sure that we not only acknowledge and honor that legacy of Brian, but we'll continue it. Our role is a critical role, and we make sure that care is safe, appropriate, and is delivered when people need it. And we guard against the pressures that exist for unsafe care or for unnecessary care to be delivered in a way which makes the whole system too complex and ultimately unsustainable.
The idea of unnecessary care. If you need anti-nausea medication because you can't keep food down, that seems to me to be necessary care, but they're still saying no in cases like that.
These gentlemen have something called fiduciary responsibility. That means they have to, of course, return as much money to their shareholders as possible. That's their legal responsibility, just like as journalists, your responsibility or my responsibility is to tell the truth and inform people. So if people are paying them a premium to pay for their insurance, and in exchange for that premium, they're getting care, the company is going to make the most money for shareholders by providing the least care. So to them, it makes a lot of sense to determine things that are unnecessary.
You mentioned United Health Group. This is their CEO, Andrew Whitty.
Mr. Whitty, in 2023, United Health raked in a whopping $22 billion in profits, making you the most profitable healthcare company in the country. In fact, by revenue, United Health is the 11th largest company in the entire world. Now, Mr. Whitty, United Health Group owns the country's largest insurer, the country's largest claims processor, the country's third largest pharmacy benefit manager, a huge pharmacy chain. It is the largest employer of physicians nationwide, or controller, with at least 90,000 physicians, as you just testified. That's about 1 out of every 10 doctors in the country. Is that correct about your size?
So just to thank you, Senator. As far as the physicians are concerned, we employ just under 10,000.
Well,
and
as
the
I
rest
said,
are
I think you have control over about 90,000.
I would say not control. They choose to work with us.
Okay. Great. Because United Health has bought up every link in the healthcare chain, you are now in a position to jack up prices, squeeze competitors, hide revenues, and pressure doctors to put profits ahead of patients. United Health is a monopoly on steroids.
Well, there you go. There you go. So now you reach a point that this guy getting paid instead of you collecting money from people. That's a legal robbery. You're collecting money from people to provide a service. And when the people need the service the most, you the one that can make the decision, should you provide them service or not? That's a big scam business. Actually, I'm in the wrong business. I should be I'm in the wrong business. Can you imagine, dude? You're paying insurance for your health because you care for your health. You're making payment for years. And then suddenly you get sick, and the same people that have been collecting money from you, they're the same person that's going to decide if they're going to provide you service or not. And if they denied you, there's no legal repercussion. If they denied you coverage, nobody can come on your behalf and help you. You cannot call the police on them. You cannot call the police on them. The government cannot arrest them. So there is nothing that you can do while you've been making payment for service that you're supposed to get.
Well, very often when you purchase an insurance policy or insurance healthcare, it's basically a contract, and it stipulates what the contract can provide. So you're not necessarily going blind to what you're purchasing, but there's always a lot of gray area when it comes to these things.
But that contract is so freaking long, you can't understand it. You will never spend the time to read it. Not going to happen. Not even one person.
I'm with you 100%. But I can tell you most company CEO, the loyalty is with their shareholders. The loyalty is with the board of director, right? It's not necessarily the people that provide a service for, right? I could say maybe they should probably look for a happy medium where people can get the service they need and the shareholders can actually get a return. But then again, you got to compete with other companies. So maximum return is always what's in mind. And they're trying to keep their position as CEO also. But, you know, they insured millions of people. And, you know, there is those that are not getting what they needed are basically casualty of war.
But did you hear that part? They control, right, 1 out of 10 doctors in the United States of America. And then they pressure them to put profit first over people's health. The only scammer I see that can come close to insurance is the pastors. But at least the only difference with the pastors, you're giving the money willingly in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're willingly giving the money. Sometimes not really. Because one of the Asian pastors, I was listening to this guy nonsense. He's telling the people if they don't give the money, he's going to take their sleep away. That's some BS.
I mean, who believes he has that kind of power? Jesus.
Dumb Haitian. Dumb Haitian. Oh, yeah. Yes. If you really look at it, the guy said clearly, and then one day we're going to talk about pastors. I'm going to play that video. I'm going to play that voice. Telling people, if you don't give the money, I'm going to take your sleep away. Huh? This guy sounds like my grandfather because my grandfather was a voodoo priest. Actually, I believe my grandfather, he's a better person than this pastor.
Well, maybe if United Healthcare had a better plan for mental health, the people should be buying that so they can, you know, go against those pastors when actually they're trying to brainwash you.
But guess what? It will never happen because they are coexist. They are talking to the same idiots. That's it. That's free. Yo,
yeah.
But if you look at it, yes.
Dude, you're funny today. You're funny today, man.
That's why I've been with you spend like 4 days in an island by yourself. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a boy. And then there's a time, you know, this pastor was talking about you got tax season, right? They invite me in the church to talk about taxes. And the pastor tell the people pointblank, I know a lot of you got the tax money in your hand. And then you're not going to give Jesus his part. I guarantee you, that money going to pass through your hand. You will not even see what you do with that money. What the heck? The guy said if you give him 10% of that reimbursement check, guess what happened?
It will multiply.
No, the money gonna go like sand in your hand. Hey, that's a close.
Yeah.
That's the two that can say that's related to each other. The insurance company and the pastors. That CEO is worse than the pastor. But that's crazy.
But like I said, it's a business like every other business. They're in the business of making money.
Yeah.
And if anybody's gonna,
But you're in the business of making money, but you have to give people the service they pay you for.
Yeah. Yeah. But they have a lot of money. It's big lobbyists, and they have people that was working on their behalf in Washington. And they're probably always gonna, unless something drastic happens,
actually,
they're probably gonna always come out of top.
I told you that I have United Healthcare. I'm going to change it this year. They are scammers.
Well, have you done your homework? Where were you thinking of going?
I like Cigna, something like that. Cigna, they told me Cigna is good. You know?
Gotcha.
But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. I don't know. Right now, a lot of people would hope the guy could just like get out of jail free. I believe. So, but anyway, we'll see what happens next year. And also, people, subscribe, okay? Subscribe to our channel, YouTube, Facebook,
Share and
Twitter, and share and give me love. As you guys know, it's one thing I ask. Give me love. Share the post. And we have a lot of great show that Republic gonna bring for us. And again, only one thing you have to do, go ahead and subscribe to all our channel.